Let's be honest, most of the American population does not attend gentlemen's clubs, so they are completely in the dark about what really goes on in exotic stripping. Religious organizations are against them, but there is dirty business in every other industry that goes on in broad daylight, even at places that the average person believes to be respectable. Just look at the White House and Wall Street throughout their respective, if not respectable, histories. I admit that I've made mistakes in exotic stripping just like anyone else makes mistakes when they're starting out in a new profession. Those mistakes come from not being confident and true to who you are. Some come from inexperience and being naive. But thinking confidently and thinking outside of the box has allowed me personally to overcome any obstacles I've had to face. And that part is not easy because too often we are our own worst enemies. So the key to being successful at exotic stripping or anything else in life that will lead you to freedom beyond what most people ever have the pleasure of experiencing is positive thinking. Think about how you can do something, not about why you can't. Take the challenge and dream big. You can make a substantial amount of money and live the American dream. You can feel comfortable in your own skin in public. You can schmooze with men and women of any class and caliber. You are beautiful and you have characteristics that the world needs to see. The last thing I want to do is waste your time. My videos will teach you traits you can go out and use today that will allow you to achieve all of your dreams, including how to be a successful independent entrepreneur. And I want you to have as much fun as possible while you're doing all this. This learning experience is not at all like when you were in school and forced to learn things that you didn't want to do. I'm sure that when you were sitting in certain classes in high school, you were thinking, I'm never going to use this in the real world. Our high schools and colleges these days are teaching people information that's not practical. They certainly don't teach them how to make money or how to sell. And that is how you survive in today's world and take care of yourself and your family. With the cost of medical care alone plus inflation, this is definitely something you should think about long term. The things that I will teach you, you can go out and you can use today. And most likely you won't be dancing for more than 10 years or so. You may only want to dance part-time. That's fine too. All of the skills you'll learn in my videos and through exotic stripping, you will need later to be successful in life after your dancing days are over. This is all for learning about life and how to deal with people, negotiation, professionalism, how to make and invest money and look good while you're doing it. If you watch my videos and practice the concepts at your club, you will be very successful later in life with much less effort and much more potential. Think of it as a real-world college education, instead of being locked away at some institution that is isolated from reality. I was there. Now, don't get me wrong. Having an education is one of the most valuable assets you can have, so go and get yours. I have a master's degree. But when you get out into the real world and into real life, you get a whole new education. The real education on living successfully. Most people don't even use their degrees for what they actually end up doing as a profession. As long as you have a degree and you learn from experience how to build solid relationships with people through exotic dancing, you will be able to have a very successful career. The point of all of this is that I was raised programmed like so many of our youth today. Once I started getting out into the real world, especially in my relationships, I had major baggage because of who I thought I was. The person that I had been molded to be all of my life was nothing like who I really was or who I am today. It took me a long time to figure that out on my own. But now that I surround myself with upstanding and successful people and have become successful myself, I am so much happier with my life. Now, Many people think that poor people are the happiest because they live simple lives and they don't need much to live. That's the furthest from the truth. There have been multiple studies that have shown that middle class and above are much happier because they have more options, freedom, they can take care of themselves if they get sick, and they can support their families and make a difference in this life, leaving behind a legacy that gets passed on for generations. They can also have nice things and live in a beautiful place and live longer lives. But it takes time, a lot of hard work, and many years of sacrifice. Most wealthier people aren't born with a silver spoon in their mouths. They had to work their way from nothing against all odds and create value that people will buy. I've realized one very important thing. In order to be happy and successful, you have to find something you love to do and can make a lot of money doing it. You have to earn very high levels of income, invest it wisely, and make your money work for you so that you don't ever need to work again. Now, I've truly found my passion, and I believe that it is worth sharing with the world. I can teach you how to make a six-figure income like I did in exotic stripping. I can do whatever I want, whenever I choose to. It might not be easy by your definition, but it's not as hard as you might think. Really, if making a six-figure salary was too easy though, then everyone would be learning how to become an exotic dancer, just like with any other profession. You need to know the ins and outs of the trade because knowledge is power. My Freedom 5 program will teach you absolutely everything you need to know in order to succeed in this business. It will maximize your potential along with your nightly income. Now, I would love to hear your feedback, so comment on the blog at howtostrip.com and definitely like our Facebook page called Freedom 5 for Exotic Dancers. This is Jennifer here with howtostrip.com, wishing you the best of success.